Live from the KHOU11 studios, it's Great Day Houston.
Welcome back to Great Day. It is normal to experience hormonal changes after having children, but how common is it for your children to start struggling with those same symptoms as teenagers? Here to explain, please welcome Dr. Stephen Hotze with Hotze Health and Wellness Center, along with his patients, mother and daughter, Violet and Nadia. Hello there. All right. Violet, you were becoming a shrinking Violet after having your two kids.
Yes, after my second baby, around 1999, I started feeling really exhausted, tired, after 12 hours of sleep.
And so therein lies the problem. When somebody says, well, are you getting enough sleep? You're like, after 12 hours, I should not be exhausted.
Yes, that's what I thought. I thought I need to be feeling good and get with my days. I had two kids to take care. And I was getting depressed because I couldn't finish my everyday chore. So I went to my doctor and I told them, look, I'm not feeling good. They said, okay. They did a bunch of blood work on me. And then the follow-up, I went back to him. He said, well, nothing is wrong. You know, you're fine.
Even though you're saying something's wrong, I'm tired, I'm depressed.
My hands were cold. I couldn't get warm at all.
You couldn't even play with your kids.
I couldn't play. I would wake up and pray to God, if I'm going to do okay, how am I going to take care of these two kids? Yeah. And literally, I was praying to
Nadia, did you realize your mom was just like, do you remember those days where it took time for you to sit there and mommy was play and she's like, ah?
I was young then, but...
And you're young now, let me just tell you that, right?
So I don't remember it completely. Thank God she found Dr. Hotze, so, you know, that was...
The symptoms that she just stated, Dr. Hotze, to a lot of us who are familiar with your work and the work of what hormones do in our body, immediately you start thinking it's a hormonal issue.
Absolutely. It happens after childbirth. Very commonly, women after childbirth will experience hormonal declines and imbalances that adversely affects their sex hormones and their thyroid hormones. And thyroid hormone, of course, governs your body's energy production. And if you don't produce enough thyroid hormones, or if you don't assimilate enough thyroid hormones in your body's going to run sluggish and you're going to run cold. So she said, I was cold all the time, hands and feet cold.
Cold, and then I went back again to the doctor. I said, no, I'm not feeling good at all. So he said, okay, let's put you on Prozac.
Prozac. Okay.
This is a huge problem, that physicians won't listen to the women. And they do all the blood tests, and they only want to make a diagnosis on blood tests only. They want the woman can have all the symptoms of hormonal imbalances and declines in low thyroid, and they won't give her a clinical trial of that, but they'll pull out an antidepressant, which are very dangerous drugs, and they put her on Prozac. Tell us what the Prozac did to you.
Well, I took the Prozac. Now I was sitting in the couch like a zombie. I wasn't smiling anymore. I didn't want to talk to my husband anymore. I was quiet to myself.
The Prozac almost made you more depressed.
More depressed.
That's a common side effect of the antidepressants.
And I didn't feel any better. I wasn't any energetic after that.
Yeah. And Dr. Hotze, so it's kind of two ways that people look at medicine. One is to say, what's your symptom? Let's give you this for that. What's the others? Because I know for me, it was like, I was super tired, so they said Adderall to wake you up. I was depressed, let's give you an antidepressant. We're gonna have to give you something to make you go to sleep at night. We're gonna give you something to help you lose weight. And so, but all the medications they wanted to give me would impact my liver. That's the reason why I said no. I said, you're treating my symptoms. I wanna know what happened. What you deal with is not treating the symptoms, but treating the cause.
And we know because we've dealt with 25 to 30,000 people at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center and have treated them for thyroid disorders. And by the way, we checked. I made a phone call back to the office on Violet. And she had autoimmune thyroiditis that was never checked. She had antibodies to her thyroid gland, okay?
So that's what attacking her own thyroid?
Okay. That's not uncommon after childbirth. So that went undiagnosed by other physicians because most physicians never even check for that disorder.
And if that goes undiagnosed for long, then you have permanent damage, which is the importance of getting it early.
Right.
Now, oftentimes we've been asked if thyroid issues are genetic. I know my mom had thyroid issues as well.
Sure they are.
And
absolutely they are. As a matter of fact, not only did you notice it, Nadia, what made you came in 2002, right?
I came in 2002.
And we put her on desiccated armored thyroid and progesterone. And how long did it take you to start? And I told her at that time, throw away the Prozac. I don't tell people to do that anymore. We wean them off. But I'm better trained now. Back then I said, get rid of that shit.
For me, is like, this thing is not helping me. Why am I taking it?
Right. But how do you feel now, and how long did it take you to see a difference?
Oh, the first week.
Yeah.
I took his medication. It was like, I'm back. I was so happy. I told my husband, I am feeling good. He said, please tell that doctor, whoever it is, thank you for having my wife back.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny she's saying, you know, after the first week of taking the medication, I almost hesitate to call it medication. It's like the first week of replacing what I lost.
Right, it's hormones. Hormones are not drugs. Drugs are chemicals that never existed before in nature, so hormones aren't that. The body is used to your natural occurring hormones, so they're biologically identical and they're natural.
Yeah. All right, now let's get to your daughter, because Nadia, you started noticing some changes in your body.
Around when I was 19 years old, it was like my sophomore year of college. And I was waking up and I was very tired after sleeping a long time. My schoolwork was affected because of my lack of focus and just being tired all the time. I was always active, you know, in high school, so I was wondering why. So,
and you know what, Dr. Hotze, a lot of people would chalk it up to, you know, well, teenagers are kind of hormonal. That's just the natural change.
And they are.
Yeah. But how do you know something's a little different?
Well, with Nadia, she had the symptoms of her hands and feet were cold all the time. She had a low body temperature, which is a classical feature of low thyroid. Her mother had low thyroid. Her grandfather had low thyroid. Her aunt had low thyroid. So it was running in the family. So her mom took her to the OB-GYN, who tried her on some birth control pills, see if that would work, and that didn't do anything.
Because it wasn't the thyroid you were replacing.
Right. So when she came in 2 years ago, we put her on some thyroid. And so how have you done on that?
Oh, great. I mean, just school is so much easier. I mean, walking around campus was just hard for me.
Yeah.
And at 19, you shouldn't have those issues.
Now, the other thing, too, Dr. Thyroid, Dr. Hotze, that would hit on.
I want to change the name, Dr. Thyroid.
What's so important, especially in younger women like this, is that thyroid can also impact your ability to get pregnant.
Absolutely.
And oftentimes women will go and have these fertility issues.
That's right.
And they forget about thyroid being part of the reason.
That's right. And so that's why you're fortunate that you got on the thyroid at that time. And, you know, Nadia could have gone to a conventional physician, and they would have done what they did to you. Put her on a little Adderall or some amphetamine. That's what Adderall is, you know, for ADD. They said, well, just put you on a little amphetamine to speed you up. That's not natural.
No.
That's addictive. What your body was crying out for was thyroid. And you've done well on it.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Well, Dr. Hotze brought a copy of his new Hypothyroidism Health and Happiness book.
This is going to be a blockbuster, and I'm giving this book away to anybody that goes to thyroidanswer.com. I want you to have it so you can understand and be educated on hypothyroidism.
Yeah. Again, that's thyroidanswer.com. You can get your free copy. This is probably one of the topics I get stopped on most, where people try to understand something that's so basic to the body, but can make a world of difference in how you can function. So it's all in this book, and thank you for making it available for free. You can also join Dr. Hotze for a complimentary webinar on menopause this Wednesday, July 31st, from noon until 1 p.m. and learn how to address menopausal symptoms naturally. Visit HotzeHWC.com to register, and to make an appointment with the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, you can call 281-698-8698, 281-698-8698. Want to make a point on the free book. You do have to pay shipping and handling, but otherwise the book itself is free. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Deborah. Thank you.